Bring that close. I like this.
The little suit.
Yeah, I like it still.
Javi Martinez said the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like it. I like the colour.
It goes with my eyes though.
First wounded.
I don't like it's a flipping false statement. Like, grey absolutely goes with my eyes, bro.
What colour are your eyes?
My eyes are chocolate.
Chocolate.
Everyone's eyes is the same colour.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Nah, you never know.
sure?
You haven't seen
Tomorrow I can
everybody's
give you
eyes,
green
bro.
eyes, then what?
Nah.
You say you give me
I
you wear
can
contacts?
give-
You do that.
No, I don't do that. I've never in my life put
Are
nothing
you
like
sure?
that in my eye. I'm 1 trillion% sure. I've seen what contacts are like, and them things there.
I know Jerry did. Jerry
Nah,
had
I
green
can't
contacts.
I can't lie. Hey, college days.
Who was you trying to
Hey,
impress?
college days.
was you trying to
Hazel ones.
Do you know what? I think that YouTube comment was right.
Hazel one where, hey,
Listen, man.
hey. I only done it for that one day.
Are you sure it was a day? You trying to save yourself? I bet it was longer.
There's one thing I didn't have is the border.
Oh no!
Yeah, I never did that.
No eyebrow slits, no borders.
I did eyebrow slits. I
good.
never did border. I never did Mohican as well.
Yeah, I didn't do what he
Nah,
can
I didn't
do.
do Mohican.
You know who did a Mohican? Your
you
brother.
Yeah, he did. He actually did. He actually did.
Eyebrow
He
slits
actually
was
did.
a mad time, you know.
Bro, you see,
was.
I'm telling you now, in the past life, when them man did that eyebrow slits, Mohicans and all of that, everything like that, there was something wrong at home. It was too much. Because that wasn't a style, you know. You know, I take eyebrow slicing personally. What?
Nah.
Because the way that element, if it grows back, if it don't grow back correctly, what
Yeah,
eyebrow do you have?
finished.
Good luck.
You got skin fade on your eyebrows.
Hey, nah, man.
Oh, well. As much as I love to talk about eyebrow slits and more, we are back. It's another week with the back pages. I hope we're all well. And with the usual suspects. I'm with Big J in the building. Man like Jerry the exclusive.
Yeah.
And the man with the tightest hair, and his hair's looking ravishing today, man. He
Very
like
good,
Sheggerton.
very nice.
That's what we like to hear. My man them and the people them at home, my Apple users, Spotify, and of course the people watching on YouTube. How are you this week? How you feeling?
What?
You
I
don't
mean,
feel
I already
off?
told you, man, how I'm feeling, innit? Like, I'm
No,
feeling,
no
actually,
change.
No, I'm feeling good. But
I
I've
think
just
you
come to, I'm just come to a place where I've just accepted things for what they
Yeah,
are.
you know what? I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree.
I can't
I
feel
agree.
bad anymore.
I
I'm not
agree.
feeling bad. Like,
Yeah.
Well, are you trying to basically say that where you are now and where you seem to be, that's it, you accept it? You
Yeah,
don't,
I've
you
accepted
don't see
it.
anything higher?
I've accepted it.
You need hope and faith, man. You need to go to church, bro.
Bruv.
You need more optimism in your life. But in fairness, we're not going to go too into details with you lot, because I want to go straight into the biggest result
We
of the
thank God.
weekend. I really do want to talk about it briefly. Obviously, Billionaire FC got a good reminder that not everything is what it seems. They got a good slump in against Brentford, and the young man himself, Christian Eriksen, is finding his form in the west side of that London. How are we feeling with Chelsea at the moment, taking such a heavy loss?
It was mad.
I wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it.
Never.
I agree.
I definitely wasn't expecting it, especially from them.
Yeah.
At home as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to leak 4 goals.
But then the Chelsea fans, I know, man, them were already spinning like, we changed the formation.
Is that the
this."
excuse?
Is that what it is? Is that what they're
That's
saying?
what man them were saying.
Excuse
Like,
me.
formation change. Loftus-Cheek was in the mid. Okay,
That's,
What?
that's poor from Chelsea.
Loftus
That's poor
Cheek in
from
his
Chelsea
natural
fans.
position was a problem.
That's poor from Chelsea fans.
Come on, man. Just say that, you know what, we came out wrong and the better team got the result they deserved. Like, just take the L with your heads held high. That's what we'd have to go through.
The only
We did
thing,
in the beginning of the
I'll be
season,
real, the
2-0.
only thing they can take, it's not even them. I'm not gonna lie. Rudiger's goal was nuts.
It was outrageous. No. Let me.
It was nuts. I can't lie.
I want to be so real with you. Rudiger's celebration was better than a goal.
Uh,
A man said his inner Black Panther came out, running around like a headless madman. I knew Rudiger was mad when they tried to say his name is Tony. Stop lying. Stop lying. His name is Mustafa.
Antonio.
No, it's Mustafa.
Antoine.
His name is Mustafa Rudiger. I don't believe he's Anthony. No,
It's Antonio, it's
I don't
Antonio,
believe
sure.
it. I don't believe it. You'd have to show me his birth certificate that his mother has been holding all these years to believe it.
I mean,
he's
mad
German,
like
innit?
that.
He's He's German on
German.
paper, but them man, they're Sierra Leone, fam.
Exactly
yeah.
why I said Mustafa, bro. He has to be. But I feel like with this result, how much do you think is it gonna affect Chelsea with this top 4 race out currently? Because they're the team
Nah, they
that
got
everyone's
it. They
trying
got
to chase.
top
I
They
feel
got
like
top four.
they've got top 4,
No,
definitely.
But it's close, bro.
I'll be real.
Well, what's gonna happen? What, they're gonna drop down and Arsenal and Tottenham
that's
gonna
the
get
thing.
it?
That can
Like,
happen.
The thing is, it can, but I don't see it happening.
I don't.
It's a possibility, but I feel like it's highly unlikely.
Well, like from what you're saying, is it's gonna take a lot for Chelsea
It
to
would,
chop
yeah,
off.
it would take a lot for them to do that.
Do you think the protest affected them? Because they were protesting
No.
against the new American owners that wants to buy the club.
I don't think it did because Chelsea, they've been in the mud for a minute and they've been performing, bro.
But this protest was different. They were all outside the club with their banners,
Yeah, these
no
ones
to
were
racism,
outside.
blah blah blah. Because the new owners were doing what's it called? Some next anti-Muslim emails came up.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know about
these
all
American owners. Like, so they're like, "Oh, no, we don't want you as our owners." And then the owners are all like putting up messages. Listen, if you're our owners, we're gonna rebuild Stamford Bridge. We're gonna promise this. We're gonna promise diversity. But they rolled up in their droves with banners saying,
Yeah, no,
"Oh,
we don't
no,
want any of
you."
that. Yeah, I hear you.
So maybe it might be affecting the players. Like, listen, raw, what's happening?
I don't.
But
I want to argue with that.
And
Sim-
even the PA guy at the end of the 4-1, they was playing Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing.
Wow.
It must be affecting them.
That's
It
ironic.
must be.
Something is going on in that.
That
club,
is
man.
ironic.
I think
and
if it was on the whole, I don't know. I can understand if it is, but maybe I feel like it's more the guys whose contracts are up. Like, okay, what's going on here?
yeah.
Is man renewing or am I going? Like,
Certain
am I
men
doing-
don't want to renew. That's the thing. Rudiger, I don't think he wants to renew. Aspilicueta, I don't think he wants to renew.
Who else is up for
But,
renewal?
but they're not really showing it. I mean, if they were showing it, bro, Rudiger was playing the way he's been playing. He's been playing calm. His face is always smiling. He's
I
joking,
agree, but I
bantering
feel
around.
like that's because the noise previous is
I think
suppressed.
Rudiger's thing. I think it's more of a peace thing than
Has
him.
to be.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a peace thing. Trust me.
Because I'd argue with that.
If Chelsea give him the money he wants, he will stay.
He will stay.
Imagine how much he's asking for. We can only find out until he wants to come out with it. But
Wait.
speaking of coming out with it, it looks like Tottenham is trying to not allow themselves in the mud that they deserve to be in. I'm sick of even having to say this, but
Hater.
Conte, bro, do you support them?
No, but
I-
they
I
have
like
the best
them, though.
manager out of everyone that's fighting for that top
God
4.
forbid, man. That
I
man's
don't
a
know.
psycho.
Did you watch the game?
You know what? I watched some of it, but I had to catch the highlights to really get it.
I watched it.
I like these guys.
I'll be very, very honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
Newcastle threw that game away in about 10 minutes.
You see?
They were all over them in the first half.
Yeah, I can imagine.
To a point where I genuinely thought Newcastle
This was their
are
game.
probably going to win. And then, boom, 10 minutes into the second half,
like
them man just threw it in the bin. It's like,
But
it was
Tottenham-
literally that Tottenham scored again and then they just fell
But Tottenham
apart.
can do that because they've done that to City. Tottenham's got that in them.
One thing I will
got
give
those
Tottenham,
guys,
yeah,
yeah, they've
even
got that in them.
when Tottenham they're one of the few teams that when they're down, they don't give up.
Mm.
They fight to the end.
Which is rare. That's the only thing that they
Conte.
actually have to
It's
them.
Conte.
No, but I feel like
Conte
even,
won't let them.
I'll be honest. I feel like even before Conte, them man were like that.
Kind of had that.
Them man have always
Nah,
had
but
that.
now
But
they've got Conte. Imagine if they had Conte from the start of the season. Can you imagine?
It would be a problem.
Hey.
It would be a problem.
Can you imagine?
I agree with you. I guess I kind of see it as it's fortunate that he's in charge still. It's fortunate that they're picking up form now because they've got nothing else to worry about. It's a matter of can they really stick to it. I personally think they don't have it in them to stick to it. I think they're very much gassing it because this is the moment that they needed. Get the result against a team who they should be beating. Newcastle should be a problem to them. And I haven't had a look at their fixture specifically, but I don't think their next few games they're going to be okay because they need to win as much as every other team. They
Yeah.
need to win, and I have a feeling they've still got tough games ahead as well. And even if it's a shitter team,
Are you saying that in hope? Would you know?
I'm saying that not from my knowledge because obviously I'm honest in saying I haven't checked their fixtures, but in my knowledge of them as a club, they'll still fumble. I still believe they'll fumble. I do, but they can prove me wrong, and if they get that fourth spot that everyone's fighting for, then well done to them. But in the meantime, they need to fuck off because teams like West Ham, they obviously getting results as well.
Yeah.
Playing against Everton, an Everton
I'll be
team
real.
that looked like they were gonna beat West Ham as
I
well.
was just gonna say
That looks scary.
them man as well. Everton should have won that game. Can't lie to you.
That game was scary.
I want Everton to get
Some of the
relegated.
shot. Did you watch it,
Yeah, I watched a bit of
bro?
it. Still.
Some of the shots that man were taking. It's like, how are you missing that?
It's their luck right now. Their luck is horrible.
You got sent off? I swear someone got sent off as well.
Yeah, Keane.
Yeah.
So he misses the next game.
It's gonna be an effect to them, and as
Them man
it
got
has
Burnley next though. They have to win that.
No, they don't.
That's a scrap. They're both of them are
Yeah.
fighting
Literally.
for relegation.
as much as generally they need to win it, it's gonna be the toughest game of the season.
It's peak.
And I feel like West Ham are doing the right thing as well, where they know that they're the team that shouldn't be seen as the pushover. They're trying to be just as in contention of European spot. And again, this top 4 race, West Ham are in for a shout as well. They're right behind us. They're right there, and I'm shook in that department because it shouldn't be the case for them, but
I mean,
they're working.
Moyes really went there and did a job.
He did.
And for me, I don't like seeing it because you guys didn't believe in Moyes, and look now. If you had Moyes now,
Nah, he found his level.
okay.
Nah, Moyes found his level.
Yeah.
You're his
He
level.
couldn't- No, we
You're
weren't
his level.
He was
That's-
right with
he
that
found his
United. The
level.
job was too big.
I'll,
for him.
I'll be
How
honest
was the
with
job
you.
too big for him? And
It
when
was too big
If
for
we're
him.
gonna be honest, yeah,
It was.
at the time it was.
because it was straight after Fergie. Fair.
It
but
was
that's
straight
not
after
his fault.
Fergie,
That's
but
not his fault. He got
it's
the
not his
call.
fault.
But that's
I'm just
also
saying,
that's,
whatever-
it's straight after Fergie, and that's him coming from a team like Everton as well. It's like
I get that.
that's a huge leap, bro.
Yeah, but he was getting them into European competition.
It's different, though.
Week in
The
week, or year in
expectations
year
are
out.
different.
Sorry. So
The expectations are
whatever they
different.
wanted at the time he took charge, that's not his forte. So that's down to the club straight away and the man who wanted him straight away. That's not the right formality. You can't be doing that. You know? You have to come correct. And look now that they need to get in that better position, they should go. I think if things don't go permanent with Ralph,
This guy stop.
give David a call.
Don't. Can you not?
Because
do
they're not
that?
going to call. Yeah,
Can
they're
you
not
not
going
do
to.
that?
They're going to call Ollie back,
Do you
even
want
though
the
they
tr-
should.
Do you want the truth? Even if they call David, he won't go.
I disagree.
He won't go.
I disagree.
I don't think he will go.
I disagree. I
He's
think,
got-
I think David misses them.
Nah, he's got a good thing going at West Ham.
A
right
very
now, bro.
good thing going.
He's got a very good thing going at
Yeah,
West
but-
Ham right now.
You know the truth when it comes to good things. Not all good things last. And
I
Missy
know.
Elliott is pride
I
and
understand
possession
that,
of
but let him at least the West Ham one. Let him ride that one till the wheels fall off. man.
that. Yeah, but that's okay. I guess you're right. The wheels haven't fallen off yet. They're still rolling. Let them do their thing.
Man, it's looking like my man from Ajax or Poch.
Yeah, I think they're getting that deal done. I think they are. I don't see any other reasons. So I don't know why people like Shegs want Poch. I don't know why they still have time for Poch. I don't know what Poch is gonna bring for United, but in the situation of United right now, and I'm happy to talk about it because I'm gonna save the best to last anyway. Look, you guys still can't get a win against teams like Leicester. What's going on over your side? Like, you can't be saying top four
Wait,
now.
oh,
Team is
did-
just
what-
dead, like.
Were you lot expecting anything from that game? Honestly?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
expected
easy
us to
win.
beat Leicester.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
I
It was
thought,
gonna be
I'll
easy
be
win.
honest with you,
That's
I
how I
thought
thought.
we were
Easy
going to
win.
win. And it's so funny. The one person I spoke to, he was like, I feel like Henacho's going to come and just do something mad.
What does he do?
And that was exactly what happened. Man scored and it was just like,
Opening goal, celebrate, remind himself, I did it for the people at home.
Nah, man, they did it for the people at home. When we needed them to do it for the people at home, look at that. Nigeria not even in the thing. Don't really get me started on that.
let's not even start on that
Don't
one,
get me
bro.
started on that one, bro.
Let's not even
because
start on that one. That man had one job, you know.
One job, one actual job.
One
Oh
job.
my days. But now going back to United again, I don't even know what the issue is right now. I feel like the players are just come to a point where it's just like it is what it is for them. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. I feel like mentally in their head this season has already been kind of written off for them. So I don't know.
How did you lot feel about what Pogba said?
What did Pogba say?
He was like, bro, we're not winning nothing this season. He literally said it's
Yeah,
dead.
But
it's-
that's the
I
truth.
can
That's
see
fact.
it.
It's
I can
fact.
see it when they play.
It's fact.
You
It's
can
a
see
fact.
it. You can
There's
see it.
nothing there for them to win.
Done.
see it,
Out of
so-
all the competitions, dusted.
Exactly.
Kinda-
So
kinda
that's
get
why
the
I said
beast.
I've come to the point where I've just accepted things for it is where this season is what this season's going
I'll
to
be
be
real,
next
I think
season, and then
With you guys,
thing.
yeah, there's only so much a manager or whoever's gonna stay or whoever's gonna come in can do.
Now, do you know what? Though?
United's
We don't
issues
want
deeper, bro.
instant
It is.
success no more.
That's thank you.
We want
I
a
don't
manager
want
that's
that.
gonna come
I
and
don't want
build.
that.
5
I don't
years.
want that.
Oh, you
give
want
him
that?
time.
That's
Blah,
it.
blah,
You
blah.
want the long
but
I don't
term.
want no
do you know what it
Mourinho
is, though?
No, but
that's
the thing
that's
is,
what
Conte
that's what
or-
you
I
man
don't
want.
want
That's
that.
what you man want as fans, and I get that.
No,
Yeah.
But what do
the
they
club-
want?
But the thing
They
is,
want commercials. They just
they've
care about
mixed
money.
up the thing so much because in that sense, if you wanted trophies or whatever, then why did you not stick with Mourinho at the time, who since Fergie has
He
been been
came
our
in
most
and gave you a
successful
treble.
thing.
I didn't
Exactly.
understand.
So why would you get rid of him? That's what I mean. Like the owners, they wanted 2 mans. They were like, okay, let's do our whole style of play thing, but let's win trophies. We can't. We're not the same United. We cannot do the same.
Still
We
don't
have to
have a
pick
style
one.
of play as well,
Exactly.
so you got-
7. What is this? Is going on? What? Next year it's gonna be 10 years since
Do you know what it is?
Fergie. Like,
You lot,
A decade?
deep that.
you
Deep that.
lot, you lot need an Arsenal period.
We're in that. We're in that. We are in that.
We're having
But
it.
it's not as bad as ours. Like you need,
No,
to,
no,
you know
no,
what it is.
The thing is, it will never be as bad as
it's me
yours.
saying Arsenal
Because-
it's not necessarily me saying like bare losses on the trot or nothing,
Yeah,
but
of course.
you need someone that's gonna come in, look at the squad and be like, alright, cool, these man can't be here. Let's get rid of these man and
Okay.
bring in what
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the squad needs
Clear
an
out.
overhaul, bro.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Your
it
squad
does.
needs an overhaul.
It does.
Yes,
It does.
Because some of your starting lineup, you man ain't winning nothing with certain man in that squad, bro.
It's not. We're not. We're actually not.
Can't lie.
It's just annoying.
But saying that, on the brink of me finding out that for some reason he's extended, how are you guys feeling that Bruno Fernandes is now showing his commitment to the club and he's staying for
Listen,
another 4
it's
years?
that commitment. He's just getting more peace. That's all it is. I don't really think it's connect.
Well, you
I
don't
think
feel
it's
like he's the missing piece to your
Not
unsolved puzzle?
necessarily. Not necessarily. Like after this season, I'm not gonna say that he's been poor. Because for me, I'm not scapegoating any player, Because for me, most of them have been poor
It's not been a
anyway,
great
kind of
season
thing.
for everyone. Yeah.
But for me, he's just getting more peas, and we're just giving him more peas. I won't really say that he deserves it or anything like that. But yeah, United, get your money, I guess. That's it. That's what I'm full players just getting their peas at United.
Yeah. sounds
so defeated
when he said that, you know.
Listen,
I am.
it's
I
incredible.
am, man.
It's
right.
incredible to hear. So, with that being said,
Because
then,
wait, if I'm correct, his contract wasn't even up. I saw he
Of
still
course
had
not.
exactly.
He still had another, like, 3 years.
So what did these man assess and be just to get to the point like, oh, you know what, we need to give this guy more peas.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Unless the new manager coming in said they want him.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was just
maybe,
gonna say
maybe.
at this point, anyone who's getting an extension, someone somewhere is saying,
Yeah.
something.
all right, do you know what? There's certain man that we need to keep and build the rest of this squad
Yeah.
around, and I feel like he's one of them.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take because he's still only got so many short years ahead of him because he is in his late 20s now. So in the next,
It don't matter. He never really had pace anyway.
It's true.
you ain't lying. Alright, so without further ado, for you man specifically, do you think that you are still in the top 4 race, and what's summer looking like for you?
We're outsiders. We're in it, but it's a
outside, that's
long
it.
shot. It's an
Yeah,
outside
It's
shot.
out of our control.
Top
Yeah.
4
Honestly.
building, and you're just outside.
Yeah,
Do you know what it is? Let me even-
Right now, them man are outside the club
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
inside.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're in the queue. They just
That's
don't know if
it.
they can get in
Yeah.
the club yet.
Yes.
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 But at least you man have ID, you're dressed the correct. It's just you haven't got the confirmation you can come in yet.
Them man are checking to see if they got their ID or they left it at home.
Honestly.
I love it personally. I think it's an amazing time for you guys. I think personally, you're not far off from the race, so don't rule yourselves out. But if you drop any more points, kiss it goodbye.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you need it more than anything
Yeah,
else.
100%. We need to go and beat him if we want to make it from now to the end of the season.
I
It's
think
just-
for me,
Can
though-
we do that? I'm just looking at
Yeah.
our fixtures, yeah. So
Who's
the
the biggest
big
team
ones,
we've got?
Liverpool, we've got Arsenal, we've also got Chelsea.
So you've got
All
three.
techie games.
All
And then
three. Liverpool that won the league, and Chelsea and Arsenal are fighting for top 4 as well.
Exactly. And then
Chelsea's
we've
the
got
one to be fearful of because we could do damage to you.
and then we've got bogey teams like Everton.
You've got Brighton.
We've got Brighton as well.
Yeah, good luck.
We've even got
Good luck.
Brentford. Like
Brighton
and
are-
Palace.
Brighton are in desperate
these
need
are
of a
all
win
games
right
that I don't.
I'm just
they're
saying, you,
techie.
you might remember start of the season, I told you Brentford was staying.
Yeah.
I said it.
yeah.
Show some
I
respect
said
to
it too.
them.
Still, I said it too.
I'm shocked though. I'm shocked that Brentford have done so well because it should have been the Norwich situation for them, but because of how they started, I guess it made sense for them to kind of
Don't
finish
it?
where they finished.
Brentford come like the Wolves of before.
Yeah,
They just they do whatever. They
Yeah.
draw games, they lose games, but they always upset the big teams.
always, and they've been
Always.
consistent with it.
Somehow.
So I'm just glad that we got our revenge against them. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And speaking of, obviously, it wouldn't be a top 4 race if it wasn't to discuss Arsenal, who we can say tonight, especially,
Very important.
very important game against Palace, but also most importantly, every other game that we have, we still got a couple games in hand, and I think it's safe to say that we need to put all our eggs in this basket and just win. We need to do everything
Bro,
possible.
that's all we can do at this point.
Telling you.
We're not in nothing else. We're playing what, 1 game a week?
Yeah,
Man have to go ham every game, bro.
have to.
Every game's a final at this point.
You're not lying.
It's
Pretty much.
You're not
Every
lying.
game's a final. Them
Yeah.
man got to treat every single game like a cup final, bro.
Because
Have to.
I know for a fact with tonight's result, hypothetically speaking, we beat Palace, we go ahead of Tottenham. But just having the thought of Tottenham, West Ham, United sniffing us for that fourth spot, but we are
tight.
still very, very close to Chelsea. That's why I'm so adamant that if Chelsea can keep dropping points, then the North London teams that are the closest in that proximity can now take over, and then it's down to Chelsea, United, West Ham to see what they're doing. Because I didn't want to mention it because it's annoying me, but even teams like Wolves are not far off.
Truth be told, obviously all these teams are creeping, but then at the same time, it's not to say everyone's gonna win.
No,
If I'm gonna keep it all the way honest, like everyone fighting for top 4 right now is gonna drop points.
at some point.
At some
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
they're gonna drop
definitely.
points. Everyone's gonna drop points at some
Yeah.
point.
It would be in a ridiculous Football Manager FIFA miracle for
To win
every one of them,
every
man.
single game from this point on.
And it's impossible anyway because some of them teams have to meet each
Each
other.
other.
So
Yeah.
someone's going to drop points
This the thing.
one way or another. So I'm with you on that. I feel like if I put my hands up and say who's the likelier one to take third and fourth at this point onwards, I'm backing Arsenal because I want to. But my honest answer would
What are
be
you calling right now?
I'm calling third Chelsea, fourth Arsenal. In
That's
my
what
heart.
I'm right now. I'm saying third Chelsea, fourth is still very wide open, but I reckon it'll be us or Spurs.
And that's what I didn't want to say. I didn't want to give them.
I'm just being
Them
honest.
thing.
Fourth will be
No.
us. Fourth will be us or Spurs. And do you know what? Even if that is the case, you see me at this point because Arsenal have already exceeded my expectation this season.
100%.
I'll take a Europa, bruv.
That's the bare minimum.
I'll take it.
That's
You'll be
that is
disappointed,
the
though.
bare
I'll be up.
minimum.
No, don't get me
You'll
wrong.
be
I will be
disappointed.
upset. I'll be upset, but I'll take it.
Listen, I'm with John on this. We shouldn't even have the rights to talk about contending in the top 4 race. But the fact that we can, we're just holding our hands up in our humility right now, just saying, look, if you can do it, do it. We will be so proud of you for what you've accomplished in that space of time, because it's been a treacherous time in the past couple of
100%.
years.
Not only that as
It's
well.
embarrassing.
Yeah, you have to look at our squad, and it's like, even though we've wanted the boys to do well, they've done way better than we all
have.
expected.
Facts.
Compare them to
Way
like,
better than what
everyone
we all
else.
expected.
Like, even Tottenham squad, like you guys probably have on paper the poorest squad.
Yeah,
But
I was going to even
if
say that.
anything, I feel like you guys have probably achieved the most.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. I think between the 4 teams mentioned, I'm not even going to include Chelsea in this because they're last season's Champions League winner. So within their own right, they've got a sound squad, and they do anyway. When you look at it from top to bottom, different levels of quality. It's just been up and down, and obviously Liverpool and City have been on a different level this season. But the other teams, United, Tottenham, West Ham and Arsenal, realistically looking at it, even with Ronaldo to talk about, United on paper should have the best squad because you've got arguably the best keeper in the league. So a couple of defenders are quality, but they show their flaws a lot. So this is where your downfall is, and maybe that overhaul can kickstart from there. The midfield says a lot. Again, you've got quality individuals, but there's no real promising chemistry. And then you've got, as I said, a dangerous attacker in Ronaldo. The likes of Tottenham, they've got talent in their midfield. They've got some defenders that are showing their presence as well. And obviously Kane, he's there to save the day as always, and Son as always. And you know what? I'm even going to throw it out there. If Son doesn't show or confirm his commitment to Tottenham, I see him leaving next year.
He's done. I swear he's on a 5-year contract.
So he already certified?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
last season, this season before.
Nah, I think
Like
he's
a
done.
crazy contract. That I
Yeah,
could not
see,
believe that.
yeah,
He signed.
no, but that's what I'm
Son-
saying. If he don't show the commitment, he's gone.
Son's
He's already out.
Son's
That
there
makes
for the
sense.
foreseeable.
He's there for life, man.
That
It's
makes
a life
sense.
sentence.
So they're alright for now.
Even though there's probably not much talk on it, maybe it's because the season's not done yet or whatever, but I see Harry Kane jumping ship still.
He has to.
Yeah,
He's too good.
he bloody
He's too
has
good
to.
to
The
be
noise he
there,
was
man.
making before this
He has
season
to.
started. I don't care what happens to them this season.
He has to.
Finish 4th, 5th, you ain't gonna win ish no matter what. You've got to leave. All of that noise, and then what? Because you've climbed up this goal scoring tally charts, and then you're gonna hush your mouth because you
not
might
enough.
sign an extension, or you might just be content. Nah, bro.
Nah, he needs to go. He needs to go somewhere and get some
Yeah.
medals. Before
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
like that. He was like that Maria in the Beauty Passion who wanted everything, and her daddy just couldn't do enough to make her win. Like, just take the L, bro, and leave Tottenham. You want to succeed, you ain't going to hit. Go. And now you've thrown that out there, I'm putting you on the spot. What team is going to take him? And just let City go. Pep don't want a striker, and it's not him. He might have, but this past tense. If he wanted Kane, it would have happened. I don't think he wants him. Where's he going? Where is he going? Who's paying that contract? Because I'm going to be real, if there's any team that I see putting the money down because they know what he can do, and again, for Champions League, say, PSG. As off as it sounds, PSG.
We're thinking.
But
I feel
then
like he wants to.
I
be
feel like he
in
wants to
England.
stay in England.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
And that's
I'll
why I
be
said
real,
the
and
only two
that's
teams
the
he can
thing.
go to is
You
Manchester.
can
Maybe he could do
you can
something at
you can
Chelsea,
say what
maybe.
you want to say about Pep, yeah.
Lukaku out, King in.
But I'll be honest with you,
True.
like
True.
the only two teams I see coming in for Kane is United or City.
See, yeah.
The only
And I think, and either one of them, he'll thrive at.
either one of them, it will be a piece of piss for him. Either one of them, because no matter how many times people think that City need a striker, they don't. They honestly don't. But having the striker's presence is a big difference within this
I
right.
want, you know, it is with City. I won't say they do, but I won't say they don't. But if there's one there,
Why not?
it's like, okay, yeah, why not?
They've done it multiple seasons, proven that without a striker, and I say that because they've had a striker and he's been in and out for injuries, but that without a presence of a striker, they can still succeed. And since that main striker I even referred to, look, they're still fighting for the league anyway. They don't need him.
Don't.
But if they had that striker, if they had Kane there, adding in the goals and everything else, getting the results along the way, I think it'll benefit them a lot.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if Kane goes Europe, just because I think he really wants to play.
Yeah.
Just because I'm only saying it. I'm not saying he won't,
No,
but it will surprise me because I
Yeah,
feel
it
like he
will be
really wants to play
staying
English
in
football.
I feel you on that. I feel you. I feel like it'd be good to see as well, because it's just nice to know that, and I could be wrong in my assumption, but last time goal scoring striker of that had left their English club to go abroad with the likes of Lineker and Owen.
Yeah,
You ain't seen nothing since.
and
I just want to see it.
It didn't go that well for Owen.
That was his own fault. He should have never gone to Spain. Lineker was right. He did right out there. Just it's Barca, innit? Like, what do you really expect? I feel like even when I mention this man next year, because really it's just about his health, but I've got to mention it for a reason. This man came to United once upon a time, thought he was going to change the game respectfully, and giving him an honourable shout out just because obviously it's sad to know that he's been diagnosed with cancer, but the reason why I brought him up, Van Gaal, there are some things in football that you can't force. If that makes sense. And what Van Gaal may have tried to do is he tried to give the opportunity for young players to play and bring in a system he's familiar with in such a club. And reason why I say I brought it up is, do we feel like these clubs now that I've mentioned already, do they need any other changes that are so noticeable, or should they kind of stick to what they've kind of got going on? So I'll better the question, how much change do these clubs really need? Is it an okay thing and change a little bit, or should they just go for a full-on change? Like, if that's for United, Tottenham, West Ham and Arsenal.
I think Arsenal were on the back end of that change. To a point where everyone that was screaming Arteta out, everyone's slowly getting convinced that, do you know what, we had a rough patch, but this brother's been working and we can see it. And like I said before, United, that squad is due an overhaul, because there's even me that's not a United fan, I can see there's man in that squad that shouldn't be in that team, bro.
Say some names.
Maguire.
Maguire's number one, bro.
I don't understand this hatred on this guy. He's
not-
the best.
you know- do you know
He's
what
the
it is?
best defender in their
That's
team.
the weird thing.
Why
That's
should
the weird
why
thing.
should he
That's
be
why-
that?
It's
That's
not
what
a
I
hate.
never-
You know what's mad? Yeah, it's not even a.
He just made so much
I
mistakes.
don't dislike the guy, but the guy makes the maddest mistakes, bro.
Just gets bunned
Do you know
by the
what?
basics
The
of players.
maddest
Basic players can
mistakes,
bun him.
Maybe we just gotta have to look at the backroom staff and see if they're the correct individuals
There's that.
guiding him.
If I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna say what's his name should it be in the squad, but he's not your number one right back, bro.
Wan-Bissaka.
No way.
But you know what? Do you know what I'm going to argue with that? Because I think it was a bit interesting when they did sign him, because it was just simply the money put on him, for one, was outrageous. And then the importance of his signing, because they was in dire need of that position, but they still had the likes of Dalot, who is still, in my opinion, better than him overall. But obviously, Wan-Bissaka is just generally a better defensive player. So you would have thought if the management at the time, which I believe was just Oli, would have just kind of led that competition between them two and just shown these, look, we've got a solid defensive fullback and an overall talented fullback, plays both sides. All of that, like, give it chance, let them grow. The time has gone now. Dalot's playing more now because Wan-Bissaka's basically not doing good enough. It's a terrible tale and a roller coaster for these man. I guess it's not the best time for them. So I don't know. Would you, for you lot now, do you see a likelihood that you can even sell him and replace him?
Nah, I say we can keep him, but he's not gonna start.
How long can you keep him for? He don't want a whole
You
bench.
should go back to Palace, man.
He's on a nice contract, boy.
You know
So,
what? You should. They got good thing going there. Black excellence.
They do.
It makes sense.
But the other brothers,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he's doing
Mitchell.
bits.
At
The
this
worst
point-
thing, you know, the worst
even
thing about what
Mitchell
Shay
got an
said.
England call up and wait. Has Wan-Bissaka even had an England cap?
No,
I don't know.
never called up.
That smells. That
that does
smells.
smell.
then.
That does smell.
That smells
You
because
should
I
play
saw
for
Mitchell
Congo.
play in that game against Ivory Coast.
I can't
That's
lie.
mad. Then that's mad.
Wan-Bissaka,
That is an L.
if Wan-Bissaka don't change to Congo tomorrow,
He has to.
he will never get the call up. There's too many players ahead of him.
Even for Congo, either way, he ain't playing.
You don't. You can't do that. You can't do that. He will play. He will 100% play.
AFCON,
Yeah.
that's it.
I don't know if they'll get qualified for.
And even the
World Cup.
AFCON, that's a if.
That's it, still.
But them man don't always make it.
They don't.
It's true.
They don't. You know what? If
But
I was
qualifies,
him-
isn't it? You play qualifies.
Yeah, that's good. Come on, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's better than
international
nothing.
appearances. At least it's
Oh, do you know what?
cards.
Do you know what? I think we're looking at it all wrong. I think what Aaron should do, my recommendation, I think he needs to go down the ancestry train and have a look at how
Or
much.
how many countries he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
possibly
yeah. Open his options. You never know. He might want to have one great grandfather that's Spanish, get in that Spanish call up, and just tell the people them, look, I'm eligible to play for Spain. Talk to me now, so don't talk to me at all.
That's
Or-
it.
okay, saying
that's
that.
that's a techie one, but I think see, the whole United thing, it's I don't know, man.
It's normal. I think everyone's just misconstrued with it. I think what everyone don't understand is
because the disrespect I see, even for me that's not United fan, some of the stuff I saw about Varane, I was like, no, that's not fair.
No,
people
but let
expect
me
you
say-
so
No,
much
but that's
from him.
online though. That's online. I don't pay online too much attention. That's
Literally,
online.
some of the things I've seen, I'm like, that's
Nah,
not
online's just trolls, full of trolls.
Man are saying, you can't judge a man by his trophy cabinet because United are losing. They're talking about Varane like that, you know? Nah, that's not fair, bro.
I think I agree with
And
you.
that's why I like when it comes to United, I don't like even singling out players because for me there's only maybe been, if I'm gonna credit anyone, I'll credit De Gea, Fred because of his work rate, and maybe Ronaldo because the goals that he scored. But aside from that, I won't really say that anyone has really even been good.
Yeah.
Because for me to now say even Maguire's been dead or Varane has been
Been
dead.
a lot of dead players.
Yeah, everyone has been
Yeah.
dead, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Everyone
The
has actually been dead.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm saying it's true to agree with you, but in all honesty, when I really think about it, on
this
paper,
guy's happy. Bro.
you guys, I think, look, you can't even say about smiling.
You know what I mean?
You know what? You lot are misunderstanding.
At least you know with me it's genuine.
No, you lot,
with
you
me
lot,
it's genuine.
you lot have me all wrong here. Okay, I'm only smiling because I'm just reading over the topics, and you guys are amazing. And as always, to remind the people who are listening to make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course listen to Apple Music, and of course Spotify. And then just to kind of get it off my chest, the smallest of chest in this room. I'm just saying, look, you man, I think you're in a comfortable position if you ask me.
What?
I think that even with the flaws that you express,
He's trolling,
yeah,
he's trolling.
I'm not, guys,
Nah, man,
guys, I'm gonna have to issue some yellows if we're gonna
No,
interrupt
what
me here.
is you and yellow?
Yeah.
Why?
Nah, Chins, you're trolling. You're
Yeah.
trolling.
Whoa. Hold on. Just remember, we're in a magnificent studio right now. There's no bridges for me to troll under, you understand?
No.
I'm just saying that United, with all that smack talk about what we was going through, now they're in a similar situation, and I have to hear from good friends of mine, I'm only allowing them, but other ones that tried to, sound like humble dickheads because they don't really like the situation they're in. Look, like it, bro. it is what we and many other teams have gone through in football, and that's football for you. Things aren't gonna go the way you want it to, and it don't mean for you to scream and cry. You know, the manager weren't right. Oh, the players aren't right. Look, maybe sometimes you can say it's not right, but actually it is right. Because why should you succeed? Just because of who you are? You ain't done enough. Stay where you are. It's your own fault.
Anyway, Chins, we're in the same position.
For now.
We're in the same position. So
For now.
as an Arsenal fan, stay humble too.
See, hold on.
Stay humble.
Hold on. See,
We're
this
in the
is
same boat.
But
see,
no,
this
think
is
about
the
it,
same
this is ridiculous from you.
Stay humble.
Actually,
I'm not
humble.
trying to act like I'm not humble because
I'm
I
just
am.
reminding you. I'm
no,
just reminding
you don't
you.
need to remind me.
We're in the same boat.
You don't need to remind me, young man. Thank you very much. Because this is the argument we're having here.
We're in
You
the
don't
same
want to
boat.
be in a position that we are in. That's the point.
We've been in the same boat for like 10 years.
I'm glad and welcome because the way we want to get out of it, you can stay the fuck there. Like, you talking about me
What do you
being
mean?
humble?
Listen, we're in the same boat.
Stay there.
You're talking as if Arsenal are somewhere that you know.
No,
Yeah,
I ain't said nothing about
yeah.
them. I said exactly what I said about Arsenal. We just have to grab every win possible now and build. That's it. We're in a building process. You lot are in a decline.
But you're making
Difference.
it sound as if you guys are better than us.
Yeah.
No, I'm
John's
just
approach,
no.
yeah,
Different.
yeah.
Different.
Exactly.
No. This is the
Yeah.
mistake. This is the mistake.
To where they were before.
This is the mistake
But
you're
yours
both
making it
making.
Like you're doing better than us.
Okay,
But
this is the mistake you're
technically
making.
not really.
Yeah.
Unless I'm mishearing
You're
what
still
I'm
fighting
saying.
for top 4.
Unless I'm mishearing what I'm saying, I'm definitely not. That's
Just
what I'm
because you're in a
actually-
good position, 2 games in hand.
No.
Bro, you see, even those 2 games, I'm not excited. We have to win them first. Then I can be happy. But till
So I'm
then,
trying to remind fellow.
You don't
my
need to
fellow-
remind me because I didn't say anything away from
No,
that.
I heard the vim in your.
What vim?
I heard it. I heard it. It
All
came
my
out.
Vim
It came
was
out.
just simply to
Okay,
remind
when we-
you
when we-
guys
when
where you are.
When this
is
episode
where
comes
you
out,
are.
you're listening
You
to
see
it.
it?
Yeah, you'll
No, I
see
know.
the vim.
And then when I hear it again, I'm going to remind you. See, I expect that written and verbal apology from you because it was unnecessary. I ain't said nothing bad about you guys. I just feel like you guys shouldn't be so down on yourselves because it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can come back again
It's
stronger.
football.
Summertime's coming and you could be better next year. Look, remember, I thought this season you were going to win the fucking league.
It's football, innit?
And it's not
Sometimes
happening.
things don't go according to plan.
It doesn't. And I'm glad it doesn't because
football.
now you lot take your humble pie and leave it there.
It tastes nice. Humble pie tastes nice, man. Yeah, bro.
I don't know what humble pie you tasted, boy. I don't know what you tasted, but without further ado, I'm gonna leave in one more question to you guys. If, and I mean if, you could see anything happening for you guys next season, away from the overhaul, away from anything that's already mentioned, just one thing you personally would like to see next season, what would it be? For your, obviously for your clubs.
Ooh. Oh, one thing.
Just one thing.
A lot, boy.
Ooh.
okay, what's
Okay,
at the top of your
New
list of
captain.
things?
A new captain.
I said it.
I
said it.
agree with you, you know. I don't even understand why your current captain is the captain. I don't know.
Okay, let me
what
ask you.
he should-
I
Who-
feel,
who would be the
I'll be honest with you.
who
I
would
feel
be-
like that's the only reason why he starts.
Because he's captain.
No,
Yeah.
it's not though.
You
It's
do?
actually not. The reason I'll tell you why he starts.
Why?
Is because none of our other defenders, centre backs,
Bailly
are
and
playing
Lindelof.
better than him. None of them have played better than him this
Which
season.
is the-
Bailly's always
that's-
injured.
yeah.
Lindelof has had a couple great games, but Maguire has still had better appearances for United
fam,
than
is,
him.
Is Jones,
so he's
is Jones not there, fam?
I mean, he's brought Jones deep it. That's how you know Ranić has
trolling.
giant. No, but
Look
wait,
at this
deep
troll
it. No,
and he's the greatest.
No, but wait, no, but that is perfect, yeah, because deep, yeah, Ranić went to go and bring Jones back to come and play. When was
One
this? Like,
game.
I
yeah,
remember
one
that
game.
game.
Telling you, yeah, that
was the
he's
best one
tried.
I've seen.
I'm not gonna lie, though.
He plays so
That,
sick.
no,
He's
that
tried
game, that one game he played, he was
plays
the best
so
man on the
sick.
pitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Best man on the pitch.
He was.
So what are you saying? Do you feel like that's the missing puzzle?
New captain, man. These men don't respect him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man. When on the pitch, they're thinking, bro, you talking
You?
to, man? Move, Move,
That's true,
man.
though. That's true. But
I
who would
forget
ever
sometimes
make the
Jerry's a
captain?
road man. I know, you know. Why is he so cold-hearted like this?
They don't respect him. They don't.
You know what? I feel like I can argue with that and say similar because, boy, since we made Xhaka captain, I don't understand what that thing means to these man. Do you get it? Because when the whole fiasco with him happened, Cole stripped him, gave it to Laka.
Aubameyang.
No,
Give it to
Aubameyang.
Albert, yeah.
Well, permanently, and then obviously it was temporary first and then permanently, and then because of the situation with Aubameyang, Laka's holding it, and for me,
Laka's doing well with it though.
but is he
Is he
staying?
though?
Is he staying? And again,
Huh?
is he?
I think he is.
I'm not gonna
Is
lie.
Laka a leader? How do you judge that he's
You know
doing
what it
well?
is, yeah?
I want to say yes, and you
I
changed
wanted
your
to
mind.
say no.
Think about it. Are
so
we saying
badly,
that
but-
he's doing well with it because Arsenal are playing relatively well? Or
No, but
is there
I
something
don't-
that you see in him?
No, I just feel like he's got, even though he's not
Does
banging
he have
in,
leadership qualities?
even though he's not banging.
I see troll here, troll here.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Like for me, I think looking at Laka recently, even though he's not like thumping in goals on, I think it's just like I just feel like he's playing a lot better, and I think it's more of a thing of like, okay, cool,
More responsibility.
yeah, I've got an example to say. I'm one
Yeah.
of the older man in the squad.
Yeah.
Squad full of young boys now. He's the old man there.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like these men are watching me. So if I'm gonna tell these men to give it 100, I have to do the same, and I feel like he's showing that.
With you saying that, then do you think that the captaincy can go to him? Because it seems like between him out of three players are the likeliest sources, but
If
between those three players, I think he's the longest serving. So
If he ain't got it, forget the whole longest serving thing. If he ain't got it, I'll give it to Tierney, bro.
Yeah,
Straight.
yeah,
Would you actually give it to him?
yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
absolutely.
he was previously known to be a lead. He was the vice captain
Yeah.
of Celtic prior, innit?
If
And
because
he is
even
still considered
if
to be
what's
like-
his name weren't that new, he could. I mean, he's captain of his international team. Odegaard, fam.
I think Tierney. I prefer Tierney.
No
though.
one says enough for that.
I'd pick Tierney. Like for me, if Laka was to leave,
Mm.
for me, Tierney's next in line
Yeah.
for the armband, bro.
Yeah.
Does Gabriel speak English?
He's getting there.
But he's,
I think
it's
his English
getting
is good.
better still.
Is it?
It's
I
getting
think
better,
it's
but yeah, nah, he's.
It
I
is.
don't know. I feel like nah, not yet.
I want to co-sign it, because you throw me off a little bit because I don't.
People forget Odegaard is captain of his national team,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
But
Mm.
I'm going off by my personal preference in a captain, innit? And I guess maybe when I say it, I'm gonna be corrected in it. But there's you know what I mean? Like there's a sense of quality in leadership and a sense of visibility in your influence in the squad, innit?
Yeah.
And I guess that in itself is still early doors for Odegaard because he's basically been with us
That's
for
what
2
I'm-
years. I don't know how much of a leader at such a young age he is for us, but given that he has a different, he's got a different situation for his national team. He's got a lot more players that he's known for a set amount of time.
Yeah.
And how quickly he gets used to them and they connect there. I think here, in comparison to someone like Tierney, who's got more years in experience, more proof of the captaincy at club level as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on it. I would be open to having that option for Odegaard, maybe third captain, fourth captain in there. Because for me, I see it as Tierney, Ramsdale. I want to give it to Gabriel, but I don't know how well his English is. But
Because my
sometimes that
thing
works.
is,
I'll do Rams though.
because if Tierney ain't got, I'm not a firm believer in goalkeepers being
Goalkeepers being
captains,
thing.
to be honest.
But they see
But
it.
he's
They're the loudest voice in the pitch.
that's
no,
the
but
thing.
then them and I'll call like way back there.
And they still heard way back there.
Yeah.
Bro, trust me. I know if man's
Like, Ramsdale gives me vibes like he's got a big butt.
Yeah.
Like
Fam,
you hear him.
If I'm in
Like
the
a second
nine,
hearing.
if I'm in the nine, holding it down in the centre house, I'll know I'll hear Aaron from Koi back.
Yeah,
Chin,
yeah,
hold
you
that,
can
hold
see
that. Marty's coming in. Bro,
I'll be honest,
I'm
I'll be
telling
honest with
you.
you as well. Like even when you watch them man at the back when we're playing, it's like, do you know what? He's kind of. What game was it where we conceded? I think it was Liverpool, the first goal. Whose fault was that? I think it was like Gabriel or someone. Someone done a mess
Oh,
up.
was it on
Gabriel's
Ben White that
mistake. He
messed
gave
up?
the no,
Gabriel's
Gabriel's mistake. Gave the
mistake.
ball away,
Yeah.
and he still made the mistake as well by not closing it down quick
I know,
enough.
but even after that happened, Ramsdale was just like, "It's calm, bro."
Just settle it. So, because you know what the difference
Yeah.
in that is, and I'm glad you picked it up. And I think a lot of players don't get their flowers for it. Sometimes you kind of think a leader or a player of that importance, you want to expect their voice to be rah 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 Roy Keane style. It's not every day.
Sometimes, like you can see a man's made a mistake, and it's like, do you know what? He's made a mistake. He can see he has. I'm not gonna stress him about it because then he's gonna lose his head.
back in your A game. Let's focus.
Do you know what I
here.
mean? So it's
Yeah,
just like
facts.
just. So it's
Especially
just
against-
it's little things like that. So you see that. I feel like I see that with people like him, Tierney, and them man. But like other than them two, I don't know who else in the team I'd give it to, bro.
there isn't. That's the thing. So
Because certain men are borders, but they're not vocal like that.
and I don't think that their presence on the pitch is even that important compared to the names already mentioned. And I'm still open to it. That's what I'm gonna say now. Respectfully, Xhaka needs to go. No matter what people try and say about he's had this type of game or that, he has to go. Yeah, he does. Because it's like, I'm just saying it on the back of, all right, we're in our position. Things are the way they are now. It's better now than it was 2, 3, 4 years ago. But bro, that player has shown time and time again that this just isn't for him. And it's not even just that statement, it's more so us. What we need in terms of a presence in the midfield, I don't see it from him. He doesn't work as much as I want him to. He's not quick enough. He's slow off the mark, and I know this is not part of his game, but that's my argument. He has his qualities that will benefit any other team that needs that. We've had it for long enough now. He's been with us for like 4 or 5 seasons already, and I want us to improve. We are not going to get any better if he's still playing week in, week out for us. It's harder now, I'm saying it. I know we can't have a player like that on bench. I'd love it to. It's not realistic though. So that's the only reason why I say, look, get the money from now and go and get the quality players who we require in that midfield, because we've spoken of this before, and it's similar to United. We as fans recognise the areas that need to be improved.
Yeah.
But how much do they? Because I start thinking, I don't know how much you're making that effort, because you've had window after window, week after week to surpass us. You haven't even tried or visibly made us believe you've tried that these are the areas we want to fix.
I think one of the biggest things, and I could be wrong, I think one of the biggest things for Arsenal was reducing that wage bill, which they
Which is amazing.
which they have done drastically now, which is I think, in fact, I hope this summer that hopefully we're gonna have a window that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
it's like you're planning for summer.
yeah, like
to.
bro, they can't say, oh, there's not all
Like-
the big money, all the guys that want big money have gone,
Yeah,
Facts.
all of them.
Facts. And I'm so happy. Bar Aubameyang, but it is what it is.
So that they freed up more than $500,000 on the wage bill easily.
100%. 100%.
So they can't tell me, oh, there's no this, there's no that.
Exactly. I'm here for that. That is exactly why I say it, because I'm here for it. There's no, at this point in time, there is no excuse to find the right players to improve. I even had this, I'm putting this on there. I had this dispute with my boy this morning, yeah? Fellow Arsenal supporter as well. Not about money, it's just about in terms of considering quality, innit? He was like, we're doing ourselves no favours because we're still not giving a man like Reece Nelson a chance. I said, why? Reece, he needs to go to Palace and get game time, get his Prem experience, And it was more of the debate of because we actually went and took a gamble. We had Ozil, went through the wars with that, but because he wasn't playing, there was no other 10 in the squad. So we went and got ESR from the academy, brought him in, and in them latter years, them latter stages, I should say, in that season particularly, and from then onwards, he showed his presence, shown how he can contribute, and he's obviously been given the role. Then shortly after that, Martinelli was signed, and the Martinelli signing was out of this world to everybody, because it was like this Brazilian star. But how is he a star? He's not like Neymar, because we knew from what we'd seen of Neymar what kind of player he was destined to be, and he's still destined to be a great player in his own right. But Martinelli is coming, and it's like he's just got himself the minutes, he's got himself the game time, his presence in the team is visible. So do I personally see the likes of Reece Nelson coming in now? In general, it's open, because these players have shown that is a possibility. But for me, I still feel like he needs the right club right now, and it's only Palace, no one else really, all for them, just for fantasy, just so he can get the experience. Because I don't want us to be going for them type of players anymore. We've done the Lokonga signing. Ben White made sense because he's already a Premier League experienced player, and he's for the long run. The same with Ramsdale. I think for this summer we really need to go for I don't want to go to say big boys, but along the lines of
it just needs to make sense. Everything needs to make sense.
it has to.
If Laka leaves and Nketiah can't be my striker, bro, I'm sorry.
Bro, all that hype. Can you imagine if there's some way down the line, last minute hurdle that they extend and he stays?
Wait, do you guys have any players in mind?
Yeah.
Like middle striker that you would want at
Yeah,
Arsenal?
I had that discussion with a few friends, man, and I agreed with it. And it's
It's not
still,
really something I thought about, to be fair.
it's still in the works. I would like to see Jonathan David come from the French league. I know it's a lot to ask for, but I just accept that his playing ability and his qualities, it will complement the likes of Lacazette, because he's a similar player to Lacazette. I just feel like compared to him and what will happen, I think he could score more. And that's what we need. We need the goals. We don't need the, oh, we see he's helping the team with chemistry. Bro, this is not football. This is not FUTS. This is not FIFA Ultimate Team. I need goals. This is the realist. I don't mind you having an armband, but lead us all the way. You're screaming and shouting. You know when he last scored, the feeling he got inside of scoring that goal, because it's been so long, brother. Like, it's stuff like that. But obviously, that's another player. And it's weird. I'm looking at players who are foreign, but there's no one currently in the league that we can pursue. And I think, there will be a massive change for us. Like, I just feel like it's the likes of maybe Darwin Núñez. He's an exciting player. But I'm more for Jonathan David personally as a striker. I want to see what he could do. And even if we bring him in, we got the options to play him out wide or up top. So then it still allows that possibility. We give the extension to, like I said, he works with that player. Then season later, we may go for the big boy striker straight off. I just believe we should go for it. Big boy striker, big boy midfielder. Just shut it down. Don't waste no other time. But like John says, and I agree in it, it's easier said than done from the outside point of view to wishful thinking. But they've got a pattern right now, and if they don't go for the big boys, let's hope that whatever smart buy they do make, it will make sense for us. Because we know what we want. We want goals, we want stability in the midfield, and we definitely need to keep consistency at the back. And that's it. From then onwards, maybe we can win the league next year.
Gins.
Now I'm trolling.
I was literally about to be like, yo, like, reduce it.
But without further ado, because it's a shame that I have to cut it short, but make sure you like, comment and subscribe. We've got plenty more for you as always. Make sure you are, of course, staying tuned to the Apple Music and, of course, Spotify. It's been your boy Chins, Jerry, Shegs, and Big J. And, of course, Sammy, wherever you are, we love you dearly. Over and out.